Please go on.
Hi, Fred.
There's a bit of noise at your background. If you could fix that. Richard.
Yeah. Hi, good afternoon, Fred.
Go ahead, sir.
So I'm having issues logging into my Avid portal. I changed the password and I still can't have access to it. And so I'm getting confused. Can you help me out, please?
Try a different browser or a different device and let's see how it goes. If it doesn't work, you might take your time and hopefully call the embassy. They might be able to help you out. So try a different browser and let's see how it goes.
Is it possible that I can set up a new email address?
You're trying to
start the whole thing all over again?
You're trying to simply log in. Do you have like a date scheduled and all that?
No, I don't have a date. I want to raise the tickets to go to GT Bank to do payments.
All right. So why would you? Do you have such a Prince? Do you have a challenge and do you have the same experience you want to talk to Quest? Finish addressing his before we come to you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. So, Richard, it's just, you not being able to log in. So you can, again, try a different browser, like I said. Because if you create a different email, it's always advisable that the email you use to apply to the school should be consistent with what you're using to work on the DS-160, generating the service coupon, and even creating the Avid portal. It's not advisable to be consistently changing, this information. Do you get my point?
Okay.
Yeah, try a different browser and let's see how it goes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Abdul, go ahead, sir. Abdul, please go on. Your microphone is muted, Abdul. I would really appreciate it if, Mr. Prince, you're a little bit patient. I'll come to you. I'm just moving one after the other, so please be patient. Anthony, please go on.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Fred.
Yes, sir. Good.
You're doing good.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Okay. I'm doing great, thank you. Okay, so Mr. Fred, I'm done filling my DS-160, but there is some information that I need more clarification. So, according to what I do right now, I assist my uncle, which I didn't write that because I want what I'm doing right now to correspond with what I'm going to study outside.
Okay.
So I wrote, I volunteer in a local hospital around my area, yeah? And I started that volunteering around 2020, okay? But I didn't give any payment, as in a monthly pay or something. Is it advisable to add something, a little amount, so that they know that I'm getting paid or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, mostly volunteerism does not pay. So, when did you graduate from high school? What are you going to study?
I'm going to study social work, and I graduated, I think, 2019. Yeah, 2019.
Okay. So it will be important. I think the most important thing is to be able to justify what has been keeping you academically active since 2019, and you're now going for a bachelor's degree. So what will be keeping you academically active? It's super important compared to how much you have to put in terms of, how much you earn and all that, except maybe you're providing, you're supporting yourself financially in the process, like the entity paying for the trip, or maybe your name appears on the I-20. So the most important thing is if you could finish with your DS-160, then you generate a PDF copy. We'll take our time and review it when we have the evening sessions. All right, let's move on to the next person. Mr. Prince, please go on.
Hi, Fred.
Kindly go ahead.
Yeah, my question is, I've been at the embassy in 2018, and then on B1, B2 tourist visa, and was denied in that session 204B. But now I'm filling a new DS-160, which is requiring previous work experience for the last 5 years. And then those information I presented in 2018 by now is more than the 5 years. So should I make reference those information like the company I presented at that time. So it might not look like I'm just hiding something, or once the reference is in the last 5 years, I should just forget about it, because now I'm working with this company for about 7 years now.
Yeah, the most important thing is your current circumstances. In terms of the earlier visa interview, they would have all the details, right? So if the DS-160 says is within 5 years, then you have to stay through to what is indicating, not necessarily because you've been there before. You by force have to put in information from the old one. The most important thing is your consistency with some of the information you put in when you applied for the B1, B2 for the first attempt, right? So your mother's name cannot change. Your date of birth cannot change. So there are a couple of things that has to still be there.
Oh, okay. No, those information are still the same. But my worry was me giving them a previous information, which now wouldn't be showing on the current one.
Yeah, which is okay. And there's an explanation for that. So
okay, so the next one is, so should I ignore the part that is asking for a previous work experience once I have been with the same company for 7 years?
Certainly, because there's no previous experience within the first 5 years.
All right. Thank you.
Samuel.
Thank you, Mr. Fred. Please, I want to ask. I did my application last year. I didn't get available dates, so I deferred it to this year. The bank statement which I used to acquire my I-20 the last time has really expired, and I'm not getting any new one, though I've booked for an appointment. So I've gotten a new one which is not up to the required amount needed for the I-20. So I'm asking if I can add a different bank statement, making it 2 bank statements, which will sum up to the amount that they are required on the I-20. Can I do that?
Your school is the best to determine this. So does your school allow you to use 2 sponsors for your I-20? If the answer is yes, then yes, you can use it. So in terms of the interview, the embassy do not have specific instructions on how your financial documents should be. It's rather your school that determines that. So normally people have, their schools have like financial affidavit form or financial support form. So that form would determine whether they take, some schools take up to like 3 or 4 sponsors. It's possible. So your school would determine what the question you're asking me.
Okay, please, a follow-up question. And is it good to send an expired bank statement to the embassy for your interview?
There is no expiration date on any document. Is there expiration? There's no expiration date. So what happens is that if your school is demanding a new statement code, normally when people go for the interview, they don't even check their bank statement. So if you have an opportunity to get an updated copy of any document, not only your financial document, like any document at all, if you have an opportunity to get an updated one, please use that. But if you're not able to, sometimes it's a bit challenging. You should just be ready to explain why you are not presenting a new, an updated one, and how old is it in the first place. So some schools will tell you that your statement cannot be older than 3 months, or your statement cannot be older than 6 months. So what I'm trying to say is that as to what statement you can use or cannot use is being determined by your school and not the embassy.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Let's go to Bafo. Hi, Bafo.
Mr. Fred.
Go ahead, sir.
I mistakenly canceled my appointment on the Albert portal, but
appointment cancellation cannot be a mistake, because you go through a lot of clicks before you do that. In because what cancel appointment is that mistakenly appointment cannot be mistakenly cancelled.
It was as a result of a faulty phone.
No problem. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, but I've been able to reschedule. So I'm asking whether it will affect me in any way.
No. It's not a problem. The most important thing is you being able to get a data set.
Okay. Thank you.
Abdul.
Thank you, sir. Sorry for the first I presented my case the other time, and you said I should go in and check whether the DS160 portal allows for post date, and which I've checked and it allows. So now my follow-up question is, how would you look at the embassy if I should tell them that I'm currently in my final semester, and then I've discussed that with my program coordinator, which is for the masters, and he has agreed and accepted, hopefully completing before the start date of the fall.
When is your interview?
28th July.
And when would you write your last paper?
My last paper is in August, early August.
Okay. And when does your program start?
25th August.
Mm-hmm. So that's the most important thing. So you are wrapping up with the semester, and then you use your 3-year transcript. I think the question would be like, why are you not willing to maybe undergo the national service?
Okay.
So that's a question, but we can definitely find an answer to that.
Okay.
So why do you want to escape the national service? We can get a smart answer to that. I don't know if anybody can help. What would be the reason to skip national service? Can anybody?
I'll be willing if somebody.
Okay, so let me attempt this.
Mm-hmm.
What I know is that in Ghana you can do your national service twice. All right. I also know that it is not mandatory that you should be posted to a particular place that the government deems fit. So there are private companies that solicit the services of service personnel through the National Service Scheme. And so his explanation could be that he has postponed the year in particular that he ought to do it. And that's immediately after graduation.
I think this is a smart one. And that could even be tied into why you would want to come back.
Exactly.
Yeah, that could be tied into that. This is a smart one. I love that. You see, people are smart though. Abdul, you see?
Yes. Thank you.
People who have brains. Anyway.
Yes, people have brains. Thank you. I'll draft something about it.
Isaac.
Mr. Fred. All right. Can you hear me, please?
Everybody can hear you, brother.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. So my situation is I am requesting for an update on my funding source on my I-20.
Nyantubase. I would try. When you be ready there.
That's a pressure. I have to join this class for this update. So I am requesting for an update on my funding source on my I-20.
Yeah.
So my problem is assistance now.
Are you like Otigo Gozo Nana?
No.
Where are you from?
No.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kumasi. Okay, Asante, yes, Otigo Gozo, yes. Asante region, Kumasi.
Okay, go ahead. Don't mind me.
All right, so at this stance, I have spoken to my boss at the office, though he works as a research scientist at the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. But apart from that, he still owns a company in the name of Axon Company Limited. They deals in logistics, shipping and those stuffs. And then I spoke to him for funding. And then what he told me was that he can draft the letter for me. There is no problem with that. But the challenge is, at the moment, he's not having any, in terms of money, he can't generate any bank statement to prove that, he has money in the account. But the company is running, the company is active. You go online, you find the company there. But he's not having any active money running within the bank statement that he can prove that he can get me that statement. So I want to know that in these circumstances, should I send the mail to the school and then on the day of my interview, I am being asked to prove a bank statement for my funding in the name of Axon? What am I going to do?
No, you have to repeat your question. I didn't get that part.
What I'm saying is, my funding, I've spoken to my boss, and then he's willing to.
Okay. So have you secured your I-20?
Yeah, I have it. I have my I-20.
But what document did you use to secure that?
I use a different.
No, it's not advisable. It's not advisable. So what happens is that, The question is, can you? The answer is yes. Is it advisable? No. The reason why it's not advisable is because of administrative processing. You understand? So if it's always good that the same financial document that you use to secure your I-20 is the one you're going to use for the interview. Like I'm saying, can you use A for your I-20 and use B for the interview? Yes, you can. Whatever you want to do, you can. But is it advisable? No, it's not. It's not because if they put you on administrative processing, they can verify that and know the inconsistency between what you give to the school and what you're using for the interview. Do you get my point? So if you have a new sponsor, get the required document as stipulated in the financial affidavit form or financial support form of the university, then you would update it with them. They will give you an updated I-20 reflecting the new sponsor. Then you use that for the interview.
Oh, all right. I get it, but I still need clarification on this. I think you've explained it, but I still need clarification on this. I'm having a new, in terms of funding, I'm having a new sponsorship at the moment in the name of Amazon company that I can email the school for them to make that changes on the I-20 for me. But my concern has to do with that. My boss said that in terms of bank statements, he's not having any active money running in his bank statement.
Okay, so the point is that will the school, so you will get the bank statement from the company, is that it? But just that the money will not be up to, is that the case?
Absolutely.
Good. So if your university would accept whatever document you're going to give them to reissue an I-20, so for example, they need 20 Ghana cedis, and then it's only maybe 15 Ghana cedis in the statement. Will the university accept it to issue I-20? If it is yes, then that's what you can use for the interview. But if it is no, it means you cannot.
All right.
Yeah, so it has got nothing to do with the interview. It has everything to do with your school, because they determine what, some schools, they accept company statement, other schools will not accept it. Even with some schools, they only accept statement from yourself or your immediate parent. If it is an uncle, aunt, they will not take it. So your school actually dictates all these things we are talking about.
Oh, he's not my uncle, but he's my boss. I work.
No, I'm talking about, you said it's a company sponsorship. I get him.
Sure.
And I'm saying that yes, to determine whether you can use it, it's your school who will determine that. Do they accept it? Because there are some schools they don't accept company sponsorship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it depends on your school. Will they accept it? If yes, then yeah, you can.
So, a quick one, please. How would I know that this school accepts a company's company?
The first one you sent to them, did you fill any financial affidavit form?
Yes, I did.
Good. Those instructions are on that document. Take your time and read it.
All right. Thank you very much.
Do anybody have experience with that, like instructions concerning bank statement or financial statement on the financial affidavit? Can somebody? You can just unmute your microphone.
All right.
No, I'm asking any other person if they understand what I'm saying.
Yes, Fred. University of New Haven does not accept companies.
So they have instructions on that form, is that not
on the affidavit? Yes.
Good. So my brother, that's what I'm talking about. Take your time and read that document. What they accept and what they don't accept is on it.
All right.
And sometimes to just add a quick. Sometimes they do send you email with a link to that conditions, terms and conditions. So you may want to check your previous emails. Then you click on them and you read the content if you don't find it directly on the forms.
Thank you for the word so sweet, Abdul.
All right, I'm so grateful.
Let's go to Emmanuel Asante. That is another article also, Nana. Emmanuel, what's up?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, brother. Yes, yesterday I sent you, I think I joined the question and answers meeting, and I asked a question. You said I should send it to you in your DM.
Well, what was your question? And if you could send me hi, I think I can pull that message up.
Yeah, I've sent you a hi.
What was the question?
So it was about my.
So what happened is that the screenshot you sent me, it looks so tiny, I can't read it.
Yeah, I think when you open it and you zoom it.
You have to open and zoom, eh?
Yeah, the reason is that I had to take a long screenshot of the conversations I had with my DS.
Yeah, I get it. But I think you write very well. I like the way you write your emails. That's nice. So what was the question?
Yeah, it's about me. As you follow the email, I wanted him to just take away the closing balance that was reflected on my I-20 and then put there only my deficit.
Okay. I'm trying to go through it.
Okay.
I think you did well with how you write your emails. That's very impressive.
Thank you.
Looks like you're fighting with them, but politely. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you arrange for a meeting? Like, can you ask them for if you can arrange for a Zoom meeting?
Like, ask my DSO to have a Zoom meeting with him.
Yeah.
Okay, I can try.
I think he's still not getting it. Your explanation is very clear, but he's not getting it. If it is possible,
I can try.
Yeah. I think even under the video, like under the email, there is a link, book time to meet with me.
Yeah.
You can do that and try to take your time and explain. I think your email is perfect. The only thing is they are not getting it. All right, let's talk to another.
Yeah, I got in touch with the student representative who happens to be a Ghanaian, and I asked him about what was put there during his time, and he said he even used his uncle's bank statement, and the closing balance was what was showing over there. It looks like it's similar to what I'm having.
Yeah, so maybe the school, something that the school does. Like I said, everything in your case, everything is being taken care of. So it's really not a big deal. We are only trying to prevent the idea that a visa officer might have that's your deficit. So you have to be fast to emphatically state that you are fully sponsored, and then the deficit, you make it clear, maybe deficit 9,000 will be taken care of by a bank statement which has about 30 something. You get my point? So yeah, when I spoke with former visa officers, that's what they say. Like, the interview gives you an opportunity to explain what is not on paper. So you don't want the visa officer to think otherwise when you have an opportunity to clearly explain.
Okay.
So any question that comes around your funding, be quick to add that before they presume.
Okay, sure.
All right.
And to talk of funding, so looking at my funding package, will you consider this to be a fully funded?
Yeah, when it comes to the US, when we say full funding, it means you have 20 hours of GA. Do you have 20 hours?
Yeah, it's 20 hours.
Good. So if you have 20 hours, that's why it's full funded. Sometimes you can have that 20 hours and still have a deficit. Some people have a deficit of 9,000, whatever. I think in my second master's, I don't know how much deficit I had, even though my scholarship covered even summer. So mostly assistantship will cover fall and spring. But my scholarship was such that I was even working in the summer for the school, but still there was a deficit on my I-20. So it depends on the school. So once you have 20 hours, it's considered full funded.
So in my story, I can say I'm going for a fully funded program.
You need to blow your horn.
Okay, sure. Thank you very much.
All right. Who has had his hand up for a very long time? Xavier.
Hi, Fred.
I like your name. I have a friend called Xavier. He's at Purdue University. Your Xavier Selassie here, fair.
Yeah.
AKA Ifu or what?
Yeah, Ifu is fine.
Okay, go ahead. Are you driving like you? Your voice is very far.
Yeah, I'm actually driving. So I just pulled up to talk to you.
Okay, we are finding it difficult to hear you vividly, but let's go.
then I'm telling of the able to talk. Please hold on.
Okay, let's talk to Akwesi Amponsa.
Yeah, Bradford.
This is a typical Ghanaian name. Do you have an English name?
No, sir.
You don't have an English name?
No, sir.
So your name is already home tie, so Akwesi Amponsa. So you were born on Sunday, and they gave you the family name Amponsa. That's it. That's all.
Ampoma.
Ampoma. Okay.
Yeah, but I have another name.
What other name do you have?
PK Corey.
PK what?
The Spanish name. Corey.
Quarry.
Yes, sir.
How do you spell that?
Corie.
Corie. Okay, go ahead.
Please, my question is, can someone change the service number after paying the service fee?
When you say change okay, go on.
Let's say you use a University of Cincinnati service number to pay
Oh,
the service
well,
fee.
it's not called changing. You can't change. You can transfer the payment. So there's a process you go through in the FMJ fee portal to transfer the payment from one school to another.
Oh, okay.
Only if it has not expired. You know, the service payment expires within a year, right? So within that year, you can transfer it to another school.
All right. Thank you.
Let's go back to Selassie. Ifo Selassie.
Hello. Thank you once again.
Go on, sir.
Please, can you hear me? Yeah, Fred. So my question is, I have paid the visa fee. Okay, but I want to change the site to Eswatini, from Ghana to Eswatini. I haven't paid the service fee yet.
You know,
so how do I go about this?
Okay, so the first one is that you create a new DS-160. You know, the country in which you're going to will determine, you know, the what you choose when completing the DS-160. So if you had chosen a different one when starting the first, like if you chose Ghana when starting the first DS-160, you cannot use that DS-160 for a different country. You need to start a new DS-160. That's one. So you select Eswatini this time around. Two, the portal for scheduling an interview date in Eswatini is different from Ghana. So when you make the visa application fee payment for Ghana, you cannot use that payment for Eswatini. You need to pay another one. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. And I will book one-on-one with you so that we have a lot to discuss. Thank you so much.
All right. That is Ifo Selassie. Ifo F1.
Yeah, I mean, I'll book one-on-one so that we have.
All right, let's talk to Osafu Emmanuel.
No.
Osafu, please go on.
Please, there is a question I want your intake on. So, I applied to a school, and all the schools I got, even though those ones come with funding, but the deficit or what I was left to pay was around 45,000.
Is your question about visa application?
Yes, it's about visa application.
Okay, go on.
So I then took a loan, that is Empower loan, which I took 30,000, and my family decided to support me with 15,000. Is that a red flag during the visa interview, like when the VO sees that you have a deficit of like 45,000 to pay?
There's nothing like a red flag. There are people who have higher deficit than yours. Yours is to be able to explain. So the most important thing is if your school has accepted whatever you've given them, you know, and issue your I-20, then that's absolutely fine. You know, that's all you need. So yours is to be able to defend how you're going to sponsor your education as indicated on your I-20.
Okay. And also so assume if I want to apply for another school and I've already paid my MRP in Ghana and booked for my date already, does it mean that I have to reschedule and input a different school, do the same process with the DS-160 and also the MRP, do the same process again?
For DS-160, you can complete a new one. But if the new school gives you a new service ID number and stuff like that, right now we've not had experience for anyone who has been successful in changing the school on the portal yet.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you too. So we move on to the next person. Kingsley.
Okay, Mr. Fred. Please, in answering the question like why this program, can you keep in your program as being a day one CPT to gain experience as a like
No,
to explain that?
which hand is at the background like that? Can't you say near bro ya pablo chirabo? Ah, there. Charlie, cooperate quiet, please. Be named him. Come on, I'm going to hard you with you.
Oh, I think it's okay now.
It's not okay at my end, Bozu. Dear Zema, Bashira, Tofik. Your name is Tofik, eh? Interestingly, they named me after somebody called Tofiko. They used to call me Tofik. Yeah. Yes, okay. Madaka Mudim Pana Makanasa. Go ahead.
So my question is, as someone with, let's say, 5 years experience.
Are you using a headset?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm finding it difficult hearing you. A AirPod and I say a Ghana pod. Which are
I've changed it.
Thank you. This one is
Please,
better.
can you hear
This one is
me?
better than your AirPod, though. What? Your phone and sound no is better than your AirPod.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, don't
So
mind
I
me.
was saying, with someone with, let's say, 5 years working experience, is it okay to let your sponsor cover your deficit of, let's say, around 9,000 USD without using any sort of personal funding?
Do you know there's something like this? Sometimes what do we call it? Kusienya fufu obidiba wadrone bom, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, sometimes you wish to have gotten something, but maybe it's not within your power, like you can't get it, right? So if you can maybe support like 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, that would have been perfect. But here's the case, you don't have the money. What do you do? Do you get it?
Exactly.
Yeah, so if you have it, fine. If you don't have it, please don't kill yourself.
Okay, thank you. And then my follow-up question, please, on my I-20, it was just stated as personal funds and then local government fund. It didn't specify, no, family funds rather. It didn't specify maybe mother or dad. I used my mom's bank statement for the I-20, but I want to use my dad's own for the interview.
Not advisable. Can you do that? The answer is yes. Is it advisable? No, it's not. Because the statement you sent to the school should be the same one that you are going to use for the interview. And please don't get me wrong. What I'm trying to say is that, is it possible to do that? Especially because you said, the name was not put on the I-20 and it says family funds. So the question is it possible to do that? Yes, it's possible. Absolutely fine. And if you're lucky to go, they don't check your statement, stuff like that, your visa is approved or denied, cool. But if they put you on administrative processing, let me give you an example. I've been telling you this. Since December, her name is Alvis. She went for the interview in December. They put her on administrative processing. She was there with her father's statement. Her father's statement has been taken. Till now, 5 months later, she has not heard from them. So assuming in your case you had gone and then your statement was taken, what do you think will be the outcome of the interview? Are you there, Tofik? Your microphone is muted. Please unmute it.
Oh, I'm here. My dad's own, there might be contradiction.
Good.
With mom's and then that.
Exactly. So if you want to change the bank statement, just inform your school. They will update it for you, even though it's going to be the same family funds, but your school knows exactly what you're going to use. And if the embassy should reach out to your school to ask about it, it's going to be consistent, right?
Okay. Then I'll have to send the school a message.
All right. Salam alaikum.
Thank you too much.
All right. Let's talk to who is the next person. Ajwa Asiedua.
Hi.
Ajwa, what's your English name?
Sandra.
So that's why you want to hide the Sandra. Sandra is like almost everybody knows a Sandra.
Yeah.
And all the Sandra people I know, they have some subai even in Canada.
I know.
You know, what is it?
I get that a lot.
You get, oh, really? Yes, Musubani, they catch him. What is maybe it's different from what I know.
It was Subai.
Almost today.
It was Subai.
Pound. Amen. 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 Interesting.
Please, so I want to know if your program is a research-based, like research program, does it mean that you are going to get a research assistantship, a graduate research assistantship?
No, that would depend on your department. Doesn't necessarily mean that.
Okay. And also, please, my I-20, it is stated on it that I'm using the family funds. But then I recently had a letter from my place of work stating that they will give me an educational support with an amount. When I contacted the school, they said they can't put it on the I-20, so I should go along with a letter my institution provided. So I want to know, is it going to be a problem, especially when it's not on the I-20?
It depends on how you present your case. So you want to focus on the sponsorship indicated on the I-20, and if you have an opportunity to add that as a backup, then you do that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. We move on to who has not spoken yet. Kingsley, Akoko. Okay, shout out to the Akoko at the background. Young Queen.
Please, my question was maybe in answering a question like why this program. Maybe you can say I can chip in my program has been a day one CPT, which will help me gain experience. Is that okay to like bring that day one CPT into my submission?
I am not like an advocate for going for a non-immigrant visa, like a student visa, and going to project you going to work. I'm not an advocate for that. I don't know how best you can present that, but that day one CPT means that immediately you get here, you can start working, right?
Okay.
Normally, I do not advocate. If you have other positive things to talk about your program, please do. I don't think this is something you should begin with. That is a personal opinion, though.
Okay.
Yeah. So, to everybody joining, thank you. What you have to understand is that, me responding to these questions does not necessarily make me an expert in the field, right? I've just had opportunity to go through the process, have opportunity to help over 1,000 people for more than half a decade now. We started this a long time ago. So I'm able to respond to some of these questions based on these experiences I've gathered and the opportunity to get this visa approved twice, right? So I do not know it all. It doesn't mean that everything that I'm saying you should take it hook, line, and sinker. Once the Fed effect sees this, it doesn't mean that. You have to be a student, not a follower. So if people tell you something, it's your interview, not my interview. So you are supposed to, sieve through, pick the ones that will help you, and throw away the ones that's not going to help you. At the end of the day, as to whether you're going to get your visa approved or not depends on you. It doesn't depend on me. So please, let's take note of that. Some people go and say Fed Effect said this and that's nah. Don't go and say that. I'm just sharing with you the ideas and information I have. That's all. Justice.
All right, Fred, thank you very much. My case is a complicated one.
Oh, my man, in complication be any baby. Abutre, Chama Samba and Abutre. Complication be any baby. Yanka Asamba Nipan and the Anweka. DNA see that Yanko.
All right, this one will be my fourth time. But this time around, I'm very skeptical of whether going or not. Why? Because school is not many on my third round. Bakuma me full tuition waiver. And I made a call and I but this time around, the different school, I'm 3-hour credits GA. But their problem is that I have to come there before they give me a full one. See, I don't know whether I should still go to the interview or not. And when I go, should I chip in that I've been promised that when I come on campus, I'll be given the full GA? Hello?
So I'm an advocate for making sure things are changed. So you shouldn't be thinking about when you get there. Let's think about how to get approved on the fourth attempt. And on the platform, we've had people who have had like a similar experience like yours, where they got approved on the fourth attempt or fifth attempt. I've forgotten his name. He's in Dakota at the moment. Maybe you should connect with him. So first of all, it's good that you are still brave and confident to try again. That's how life is. Not everybody gets it approved on the first attempt. So I would look at what would possibly make my case different, not with a story of what will happen when I get here. So get an improved profile. You have been there 4 times. Getting a date is not a problem. Adjusting and making sure that you are well prepared, you have things changing or an improved profile for this attempt is super important.
Okay.
Yeah. I like your confidence. Have you been going with the same school all these 4 times?
So my
Justice, go ahead.
The fourth one is a difference.
No, we can't hear you.
Okay, I meant the first 2 was the same school, same program. The third attempt, a different school, a different program. And the fourth one I'll go is a different school, but with a third program, with a third option, like the third, how do I say?
I would love to see your I-20 for all the attempts, if you could share that with me, and we'll see how best to help you out. But like I said, there is a brother who got it approved on the 5th attempt of 4th attempt. I wish we can connect you with him. And also the not giving up spirit. How many service visa have you paid so far?
2.
When did you start the first one? Like when was the first interview? Which year?
2023.
Was it through
30th March?
Has it been the same embassy throughout?
Yes.
Yes, visa officers no money mo udru ha no mama kunyane juice. Nah, but when you're thing, yeah, if you hard guy. I bet forward to senior. If you hard guy. Some people think that sometimes this is gonna be easy, but I think you have like a whole lot of experience that a lot of people will not get. So there's always a positivity in anything that happens in our life. You get it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk to Bernard Boatin. Hi, Bernard.
I said.
Your nickname will be what? BB. Bernard Boatin will be BB or what?
Yeah.
Go on.
Yes, sir. So I'm currently attempting my second visa.
You're currently doing what? Take your time and explain.
Yes, sir. I said I'm currently attempting my second visa interview.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, on the 22nd this year, July. Yes, sir. And I would like to know how any way you can support and help me to get it done this time around and get my visa.
We are already supporting you. That's why we have a platform. We do the mock session every single day. When did you join the platform?
Yeah, I joined recently.
Did you have any mock sessions in your first attempt?
Yes, I did.
So if you're going with an improved profile, you have to try and do something different this time around. So we are already helping. That's why we are here to respond to any questions people may have. And then we'll meet every day, 10 p.m. Ghana time. Write your name to be interviewed. Seek to correct some of the things that didn't go well earlier. Get a review of your document, especially your DS-160. And put in the kind of work you didn't put in earlier, and everything will be fine. But the major question will definitely be what has changed,
Okay. So please, can I send you like a DM after this section and send you a DM on some questions I would like to ask you personally.
You see, because of my time, to have that major attention to say asking me questions personal, that's why we're here. Why can't you ask it here? If you don't want to ask it here, it has to be a scheduled meeting, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Abdul. I think we have to circle around. Abdul, if your question has been answered, you can put down your hand. Quest, do you have another question?
I wanted to find out that the submission of the DS 160, is it a prerequisite to the payment at GT Bank?
Ideally, you are supposed to submit it before you proceed. However, the reason why it's not advisable to do that is when you probably make some mistakes and you need to correct it. So in terms of the payment, you just have to put in, the AVIT portal requires that you put in your confirmation number, the number that begins with AA00, as to whether you have submitted it before, putting it in, or maybe you start and then you get that code and then you can proceed, so that you get it reviewed before you finally submit it. So it's not a prerequisite for that, but you need to get that code before it will even make you go ahead and generate that check you need to pay, make the payment.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Ernest. Ernest is not ready. Let's speak to Emmanuel Asante. Asante has spoken, right?
Yeah, I have another question.
Right.
It's a good one. Someone told me, ever since Trump became the president of the US, schools that are ranked in regionally
on social media, don't go and type anything concerning what they are doing. It's not like, so that's the thing that people make mistakes with, that they will not use their social media for a good thing, and then they are talking about things that do not concern them. So that's where it becomes a problem. But just do your thing positively.
Thank you.
All right. We do have like 10 minutes left. So yeah, go. You have another one? Okay. Let's see. Tofik, you have another question? Okay, Tofik does not have another question. So if you don't have a question, please lower your hand so that I know who to talk to. Aurelia.
Mr. Fred, please, good day.
This is your name, dear. The article goes on and people cannot pronounce it.
Nah.
Okay, then, nah.
Yeah, yes, please. Please, I wanted to ask if maybe somebody wants coaching personal. Can you help with
it? There's a link in the group description where we can schedule a one-on-one.
Okay, because I'm trying to get my story right, and that is affecting my preparation, so I really need help with that.
That's absolutely fine.
Okay, thank you so much.
Isaac.
All right, Mr. Fred. So
Isaac, are you a Togo Sonana?
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to try pronouncing Aurelia?
Or Aurelia. You have problem with our L and R.
No. Isaac, don't come and find trouble for me. Nobody has said anything. So now, Isaac, can you try again? Find last one before you go ahead with your question.
Aurelia.
That's right.
Aurelia.
That's right. That's
I think
right.
I'm correct.
That's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, you got it.
Yes, you are correct.
Let's go.
When I was in school, people could pronounce it.
I've tried. All right. So, Mr. Fred, I want to know. I've been monitoring this question on the mock platform that they ask. Do you have any relative in the United States? And I want to know one, the reason behind that question, and then should you say yes, meaning that you have a relative in the United States? Has it got to do with the idea that
when somebody asks a question as you complete the whole sentence in English.
All right. So my colleagues, I'm sorry for that. Thank you. Let me quickly do it in English. So the question that I was asking is, if the VO asks you, do you have any relative?
No, first of all, that question has already been asked in the DS 160. So your answer to that question should be consistent with what you say during the interview. Am I making sense?
Yes.
And so it starts with the DS 160. So whatever you said in the DS 160, just be consistent with it during the interview. As simple as that.
All right. Thank you for making it very simple for me.
Benua.
Hello, Fred. Please, it has to do with my DS 160. So there's a place where you ask the name of the organization for your DSO, and then for mine, it's not in there. It's the International Admissions and Recruitment.
So something like international can be abbreviated to INTL.
Okay.
Richard, go on.
Yeah, Mr. Fred. So my question is, hello.
Everybody can hear you.
Okay, so I'm going for my second attempt, and my first attempt, my uncle, who is already in the US, and
so Richard, you keep breaking. Can you exit and rejoin? Let's see if we can get a stable connection from your end. Ernest.
Okay.
Ernest, please unmute your microphone. Okay, since Ernest cannot find the unmute button.
Hello, Fred.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. I have generated the SEVIS coupon that I'm ready to pay, and I have my aunt already in the US who has been supporting me and ready to pay for me, but I don't know how to go about it. So I want to have.
You just have to send her the service coupon.
The coupon.
Yeah, that's all she needs.
But one thing is that whenever I want to pay something, she gives me her card details.
It cannot be paid with online. She has to walk into, the place where the Western Union branch to make the payment physically over there. So even if you send her the coupon, she cannot use her card to pay online. It doesn't work like that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. So guys, that's it. We'll continue, during the usual mock session time. So if you have other questions, please reserve them, and then we'll respond to them during that time. It's always good to get in touch. I have always been saying that please be positive about this process. Once you have an I-20, you have an equal chance of getting your visa approved. Don't let anybody talk negativity into your mind. Come through what you hear when it comes to your ability to get this thing done. People who have gotten it approved are not better than you. They are not more beautiful than you are. They are not more handsome, whatever. There's nothing that anybody who has been able to get this thing done has that you do not have, right? So please be positive about it. If you talk to yourself and think that you are not intelligent enough to get this thing done, it will get into your head. If you think that you are not capable of doing it, it will get into your head. On the other hand, if you decide to talk positivity into your life, it will be manifested, you know. When you dream about getting a visa approved. Don't dream like, you know, a visa officer chasing you away from the embassy. You know, they are humans, you understand? So when you are very prepared and you are confident to respond to the questions, you should be fine. And we are here to support you and make sure that your dream is achieved. So open up as much as possible. Everything depends on you, and you know, everything will be fine. All right. We would continue during the normal mock session, which will be like in 5 hours time or so. Yeah. Hi everyone on YouTube. We are done. So thank you for tuning in.